What's going on, fellas? I'm your gracious game advisor, yours truly, King Dre. And today we're going to talk about what I teach my woman to stay safe. And I'm going to react to a video to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about so you don't get yourself caught up. But first, guys, like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player-ish fresh off the press. Guys, Ultimate Ladies Man Summit is coming September 11th. Get on the wait list now. Tons of value, but I don't want to take up too much time in the video. I want to get this game to you guys so you guys can learn and step your game up. But let's get into it.
Okay, you gotta place your lips.
You got probably
Hey, get your people man. You come forward with a boss nigga, I'll buy you a new rollie.
Now you see this goofy ass chick trying to get her man to crash out because she made a stupid decision trying to street gamble somebody when, you know, she don't got the edge. Just stupid, probably drunk and probably high doing dumb shit thinking she can win some money, and he just is goofy letting her do that goofy shit, and she lost her Rolex, and so now she want him to crash out. Guys, stay away from chicks like this. Let me tell you guys something. Quick story with me, right? When I had first got out of prison, when me and my kids, my boy's mom got together, you know, some many moons ago, we was riding in the car one day. I probably wasn't out of prison maybe a month. And, you know, we were both young, and she at the time was 21 or 22 or something like that. But we were riding in the car, and I didn't have my license, so I didn't have my license at the time, so she was driving. And, you know, she used to be like one of the road rage people. And so, you know, something happened in traffic, something stupid, something petty, and she kind of started cursing the guys out. It was some Mexican guys in the other lane, and she started shouting out the window, cursing them out and shit. And I'm like, listen, you know, after they drove off, they said what they said to her, drove off or whatever, sped off. I told her, pull the car over and let me holler at you real quick. So she pulled the car over. She's like, what you got? What you talking about? So I basically told her, don't ever in your life put me in a situation like that ever again, especially over some stupid, petty traffic bullshit that don't mean nothing, ain't gonna mean nothing to you in 1 minute. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't control yourself. You want to think you can challenge men and step up to men, but then you're going to expect me to put my life on the line and crash out over some dumb, petty shit. Don't ever in your life put me in another situation like that ever again. Number one, if I get out of this car and I hit one of them dudes, or I shoot one of them dudes, or whatever the case may be, let's say I hit one of them dudes and break their jaw, right? And not even hurt them seriously, but I break their jaw or something like that. You know what happened? I'm going to go back to prison under the Prison Reoffender Act. See, I'm a violent felony. I have violent felonies, right? I got drug felonies and stuff like that, but one of my felonies is a violent felony. And so for a certain amount of time when you get out of prison, they have you under this stipulation to where if you catch any charge that's violent, even a battery, I think for like 3 or 5 years, it's been so long ago, it's like 3 or 5 years, they convict you under the Reoffender Act, meaning whatever the maximum was becomes the mandatory minimum. So if it's a simple felony battery, let's say I punch somebody in the mouth and that person pressed charges on me and I get a felony battery, the maximum you can get under normal circumstances, meaning if you go to trial and all that and you lose, the maximum they can give you is 5 years. Well, under the Prison Reoffender Act, for violent felons, the mandatory minimum is the maximum. So if the maximum is 5 years, the mandatory minimum for me would be 5 years for punching somebody in the face because you wanted to fucking start, you know, doing this road rage and petty shit. And I had to break this down to her like that. Or let's say I get out of the car and, you know, or I start shouting and shit at these guys and they pull out a gun and they smoke me. Over what? You see, I could see if they stole your money from you, or they put their hands on you, or they assaulted you sexually or something like that. But it's because they didn't let you over in a thing, or, you know, they didn't, whatever the fucking dumb shit is, you willing to put that on the line. And if that's who you are as a person, I can't fuck with you no more. So, you know, you need to figure out right now how you carrying it from this point on, because if you ever do that again, I'm done, right? I never ever had that problem with her ever again. And, you know, later on that night, Later on that night, I laid some rules down on her, and these are the rules that I laid down on her that I want you guys to teach your woman so that you're safe, because you have to be safe. Women will get you to crash out and not even thinking. And it's been some other scenarios where I almost crashed out or lost my life behind women and their foolishness. But the first thing that you should teach your woman, especially guys who are in their 20s, right? And dating women that's, not mature yet, because, our brains don't fully develop until 25. So you dating a chick that's 22, 23, she ain't even all the way there yet. She ain't even all the way mature yet. So a lot of these things she not going to understand unless somebody teach her this. So the first and foremost rule that you should teach a woman, I teach every woman that I deal with seriously, I teach them this. I have this talk with them in the very beginning. A woman is not to engage. You are not to engage in any confrontation with any man, arguing, going back and forth, trying to check them, trying to roast them. You are not. That's not your job. Do not get in any confrontation with any man. A dude talking slick, walk off, come get me, whatever you got to do, but don't engage with any man. And I advise you, unless you have business dealings, like you have a legitimate business, don't do dealings with men. Just don't do dealings with men. Just try to stay away from men as much as possible, because that represents a huge, huge threat. And this is not insecurity, it's safety. I see so many times, time and time again, where a man and a woman is in an exchange, it goes left, and the guy comes to save the woman and end up getting his jaw broke or his life taken, or end up taking somebody else's life in any way. Or, the man end up crashing out. You see what I'm saying? And it's really not worth it, because when you go to jail or when you die, she gonna live the fuck on. She gonna go fuck somebody else. Before they put your ass in the ground, she gonna be done moved on. So that's first and foremost. A woman is not to engage in any conflict with any man whatsoever. I don't care if it's I don't care what it is. You understand? Now, the next one is if a problem arises with another man, right? Let's say, you go to the bathroom and a dude is harassing your chick or something like that. You want to try your best to pull that man to the side and deal with that on the side, outside of where she can hear or see you, to the side. Try your best to do that, because what happens is when there's crowds of people, or when, especially with women, that tends to bring out the worst in men, and men try to do this extra tough macho shit. But typically when you pull them to the side, and you holler at them, that a lot of the times that solves the issue. You understand what I'm saying? So, always try your best to pull a guy to the side if a problem arises. You should try your best to not be in those situations in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But now the next one is, the next rule, and it's more to this, but I'm gonna only give you guys this 3, because these 3 are the most important. Now, the last one is if things flare with you and another man. So if you and another man get into a confrontation, her job, you have to teach your woman this. Her job, her duty is to try to diffuse the situation or pull you away from the situation, not hype you up and amp you up. You see a lot of the times, like she was just telling the dude on the video, oh, step to this dude and get my shit back. You ain't gonna step to this dude. You ain't gonna step to him. Your woman should not be, boosting you up, hyping you up for you to get in trouble. Your woman should want for you to make it back home safely. And she should do whatever's in her power to make it back safely. Not none of this low quality hood rat. And it's not even this hood rats that do this, just low quality, low vibrational women in general do this. From all races do this. They try to amp the boyfriend up to fight, and so that they can feel strength, or whatever the reason that they do it. And set they dude up to get killed or to crash out. You see? So if you ever in a situation with another man, your woman should not be get him, fight his ass, knock his ass out, and all that. Your woman should be, babe, calm down, let's go, let's get up out of here. That's what your woman's job is, right? I saw this video, very, very graphic video. It was a couple arguing, two guys, not a couple, but neighbors arguing over some snow, over something petty. And the guy, one of the guys, you can tell was on his last leg. So they going back and forth, and then the woman jumps in, the wife jumps in, making it worse, cursing the guy out even more and being all disrespectful. So the dude pull out a gun and he shoot the wife, boom, shoot the dude, boom, right? It's on camera. Go back in the house, get an assault rifle, shoot the dude some more, then stand over the chick and shoot her in the head and basically smoke her top off and tell her, bitch, you should have kept your fucking mouth shut. And then went in the house and smoked herself. So you never know. You just never know. And women don't think that, a lot of women don't see this every day, so they don't understand the level that a man is willing to take it to until it's too late. And so it's your job to know this and teach a woman this. You never know where a person may be willing to take it. And all it takes is for your girl to be like, you bitch ass dude, you a pussy. And dude fly off the rail and smoke everybody in the fucking bar. So you are responsible for teaching your woman that game, right? You're responsible for teaching her this. And she is responsible for following the code, right? And if she can't follow the code, you need to get rid of her, because that can be the difference. That can be the difference between life and death. It's that black and white. There's no exceptions. It's that black and white. That can be the difference between you being here and you not being here. Her not following this code. It's white and black like that, black and white, and it's that cut and dry. How can you protect any woman who's unruly or problematic or who doesn't listen? You can't. So if you got a woman like that, you need to get rid of her. You try to check it immediately the first time. If she ain't trying to hear that, you get rid of her immediately. You understand? That's the difference between you being here and not. But anyway, guys, that's been that. Go get on the wait list. Go get on the wait list for the Ultimate Ladies Man Summit. You get 3 courses, 6 live streams, 6 coaching calls, access to the Players Club, the whole 9. Go to ultimateladiesman.com or click the link in the bio or the description. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player-ish fresh out the press. Y'all know my slogan, playerism is the antidote to feminism. I'm gone.